Hey, what's going on, man? It's your boy Jay Sewell. All right, man. Just got through watching Dante's Boxing Nation, man. Dante put up a great, video, um, about James Degale and, decoding some of these terminologies that a lot of these races, on YouTube like to use when it comes to, Triple G, you know, him. Basically what he said is, I did a video about this a couple of weeks ago saying that Triple G will not go nowhere near James DeGale. And Dante exposed what I thought that James DeGale was interested in making a fight with Triple G. And as usual, Tom Loeffler used his textbook excuse. We're not interested in DeGale because DeGale isn't a big enough name. The same old bullshit. The same pattern with Triple G. Wants to fight this guy, but doesn't want to fight that guy. Now, it's amazing when you hear these Triple G fans always hollering about Triple G is ducked and everybody's afraid of him. I hear, especially particularly from the white guys on here, no need to say who they are, the usual suspects, you know. But then soon as you bring up who Triple G is allegedly ducking, then all of a sudden they start trying to get away from the conversation. They'll bring up some shit like, oh, well, what about this guy? Just like you say Triple G is ducking Andre Ward. He blatantly ducked Andre Ward. Then they'll turn around and say, well, Andre Ward is ducking James DeGale. No, he isn't. No, he isn't. And once again, what does Andre Ward have to do with James DeGale? We're not talking about Andre Ward. We're talking about Triple G. You know, it just seems to be a pattern with this guy. I noticed Triple G does not want to fight any kind of slick boxers. Guys that could slip punches, guys that could hit Triple G with a lot of different punches from different angles. Guys that's mobile, that can get in and get out. Lara, slick boxer. Doesn't seem interested in fighting him. DL, very slick boxer. Doesn't seem to be interested in fighting him. Andre Ward, slick boxer. Doesn't seem to be interested in fighting him. But any motherfucker that stands in front of Triple G, a stiff, a guy with limited boxing skills. Oh yeah, Triple G. Oh yeah, Triple G will destroy him. Triple G is this monster. And I'm just trying to figure this out. You supposed to be a fucking monster, but then you're not willing to fight everybody. You call out certain people, but then when people call you out, you're not interested. Now all of a sudden, that Carl Froch, a guy that you had been calling out, who by the way hasn't fought in well over a year, says he's willing to come out of retirement and fight you. Now all of a sudden, you saying you're not really that interested. But then you hell bent on Canelo, the guy who's particularly smaller. I mean, he blows up to 170, but he really hasn't fought at that weight class. Floyd Mayweather, smaller guy. It's amazing when somebody your own size calls you out, all of a sudden, no response. And the funny thing is, Lara is a 154 pounder. So technically, he was smaller than you, but then he says, hey, I'll move up and fight you. All of a sudden, once again, not a big enough name. And how much longer is we gonna have to hear that bullshit? Cause it's starting to get to the point to where you can throw that out the window. Nobody's buying that he's not a big enough name shit. Cause when you fight guys like Lemieux, Willie Monroe Jr., Curtis Stevens, then possibly if you don't get the Canelo fight, you're gonna fight somebody like Toriano Johnson, who's already been knocked out by Curtis Stevens, who ain't nothing but a blown up welterweight. That doesn't say very much for your career. But then you get guys like me who critique your career and look at what you've done at age 33, which is basically nothing. Then you get his stupid fans that call black people racist and say we're jealous. Jealous of what? There ain't nothing to be jealous of. So we jealous because we want you to step up in competition. Like I said, I criticized everybody. I criticized Leo Santa Cruz for fighting tomato cans. I was very happy when he fought Abner Morius. I called out Gary Russell Jr. back in the day. I just recently made a video calling out Kell Brook, calling out Amir Khan, saying that they need to step it up. People seem to forget that kind of shit, but see, that's the new narrative that, these white people like to use on their videos. You know, they try to use that racism card. Really, they calling us niggers, you know what I'm saying, by trying to say we're racist for talking about Triple G. So let me get this straight. There's always high standards. Like I said, when it comes to black boxers, like I said, they always try to raise the bar high and say have these high standards for black boxers. But then for Triple G, the standards is low. You hear every fucking excuse in the book why he shouldn't fight this guy. But then the guys like me that criticize him, people get mad at me. They call me out my name, which I don't give a fuck. Because like I said, most of you mouse pad mobster is a bunch of motherfuckers that hide behind your computer. That's all you can do anyway. You know what I'm saying? All I hear is people make excuse after excuse. It's funny when you talk about, and this is how you know somebody fake as fuck. When they try to talk around the situation, you'll bring up, Manny Pacquiao fans, they like to do that too. They love to bring up Floyd's past. But then when you make videos exposing Manny Pacquiao's past, then what do? Well, what about with Floyd's easy? What we ain't talking about Floyd. We talking about Manny. The same thing. You talk about Triple G. What about we ain't talking about we ain't talking about what the other guy's doing. We talking about him. I get that all the time. When I make videos about certain guys, they talk about, well, what about, you know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about that guy. I'm talking about the guy that I'm making a video about. That's who the fuck I'm talking about. You hear this crap all the time. When is Triple G fans gonna raise the bar for him? They're really content with him fighting these type of guys. And then when you bring up the Ward thing, oh, Triple G fought on pay-per-view. What did Ward do? Well, 97,000 pay-per-views ain't nothing to brag about. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing. That's what I mean. Low standards. 97,000 ain't nothing to brag about. I wouldn't even use that as an argument. Worst argument you could possibly bring up. You pretty much kill your whole credibility when you even bring up a guy's sorry ass pay-per-view numbers. 97,000 pay-per-views. I mean, get the fuck out of here with that shit. The thing is, like Dante say, a lot of times with white people, they try to come up with these terminologies to try to shut black people up and try to keep us from talking, voicing our opinions. We criticize. One of the newest words they love to use when we critique something or we complain about something, they use the word emotional. Well, first of all, to a certain degree, you're supposed to be emotional. You're supposed to have some kind of passion about something. It isn't such thing as being over emotional, but then you're supposed to show emotion about certain things. First of all, if you don't have some kind of human emotion, then you might not be from this planet. You might either be an alien or a robot, something like that. You got to show some kind of emotion. You know what I'm saying? They love to come up with these code words. You know, the race card, biggest crock of shit ever, or reverse racism, the word thug. You know, they love to try to come up with terminologies or my favorite word, race baiting. What the fuck is race baiting? What, like having putting the word race in a mouse trap, and if you put your hand in the mouse trap and it snaps your hand, you got caught or something? That doesn't make sense. But see, guys like me, I don't fall for that shit. I'ma keep talking. I'ma keep talking about this bullshit. Cause that's just how I am. I don't be worried about what these clowns say in the comment section. As you can see, I still keep commenting. I still keep coming with these videos, man. You know, you get these trolls and you get these, people that hate on you. And it's funny, motherfuckers say they hate my videos. They can't stand me. I'm this, I'm that. You know what I'm saying? But then they keep coming to my channel. Obviously, it's something that they like. Because see, most of these dudes on here, they don't have nothing go on in their life, so they don't have no choice but to talk shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep clowning this fool Triple G. Like I said, I don't give a fuck about what his color is. We just want him to take a big fight. Okay, if you can't get the Canelo fight, step your motherfucking game up, man. Step your game up. You know what I'm saying? Step your game up. Real talk. Okay, I'll tell you what. If he decides to move up to super middleweight, okay, I'll give him a pass. If he want to take one tune-up fight, some nobody at 168 before he moves to Degale, okay, I can deal with that. I'll give him a pass on that. But if he moves up to 168 and he fights 4 bombs in a row, then hell no. I ain't trying to hear that. But it's just amazing how Triple G calls out people and say, "Oh, everybody's ducking me. Nobody wants to fight me." But then when people call him out, there's no response. We're not interested. They're not a big enough name. You make an ass out of yourself when you make those kind of remarks. And I don't want to hear about, oh, who is Ayers Larry beat? I don't want to hear that Andre Ward is inactive. I don't want to hear that shit. Cause it's dead. It's dead, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. No more. No more of these fucking excuses, man. I'm out.